Why did Nebuchadnezzar want the people to him? That's what we're going to find out in this video. Nebuchadnezzar was a Babylonian king who lived over 2,000 years ago. He is famous for conquering many lands, including the country of Israel. But one day, Nebuchadnezzar had a dream that scared him so much that he called all the wise men in his empire, including the prophet Daniel, and asked them to interpret his dream. In this passage from the book of Daniel, we see that Nebuchadnezzar shared his dream with the wise men, and when they couldn't interpret it, Daniel asked for more time to figure it out. But really, Daniel already knew what the dream meant, because God had already told him. In the dream, Nebuchadnezzar saw a large tree with its roots spreading out and its branches touching the sky. The tree was so tall that it reached up to the stars. Then some decrees went out from the tree and its leaves were plucked off. This caused the tree to dry up and fall, and whatever had been stored in its roots was burned up. So what did this dream mean? Let's find out. You may think that the dream was about an actual tree, but it wasn't. The tree represented Nebuchadnezzar's great empire. Its roots were like 10 toes made of iron and clay, which represent different groups of people whose strength was about to come against his empire. The tree's trunk was silver, which represented the wealth of the empire, and the branches on the tree were gold, which represented how glorious and powerful the Babylonians felt they were. The leaves on the tree were made of fine linen and purple, which symbolized the luxury and comfort that the people enjoyed during Nebuchadnezzar's reign. But then the tree began to lose its leaves, and this showed that the kingdom was about to be destroyed. When the tree fell, it was completely destroyed. Nothing was left standing. This showed that God would not just take away Nebuchadnezzar's kingdom, but he would completely destroy it. Everything that had been stored in the roots of the tree was burned up. This symbolized how nobody from Nebuchadnezzar's family or his army would be spared. When Daniel shared this interpretation with the king, Nebuchadnezzar was very angry. But then, something amazing happened. As he was walking in the palace, he began to think about what Daniel had told him, and Nebuchadnezzar realized that it was true. He cried out and said, "Isn't this the great tree that I planted? I am the king of Babylon. Isn't this the tree that I planted?" Then it was made known to him that it had been a dream, and the dream had come about, and it would certainly come true. So the king ordered for Daniel to be cast into the lion's den. But Daniel was faithful even in the face of death, and God miraculously shut the lions' mouths, so they wouldn't hurt him. When Nebuchadnezzar came to check on Daniel the next day, he found him unharmed. And then Daniel interpreted the dream a second time for the king. We can learn from this story that God is in control, not kings or emperors. And no matter how great your empire is, if you go against God, he will bring you down. But the good news is that God gives warnings through dreams and his word so that we don't have to experience tragedy. But sometimes we choose to ignore those warnings, and we face the consequences. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, give us a thumbs up and subscribe so you never miss an upload.